the idea that space is not determined by time. That's why interaction doesn't have to be limited to space. Yeah, because space is not something that that constrains us anymore. We can be lifted out. Yeah, these three processes are what define globalization. Globalization means these three processes that is happening today. And these three processes are actually famous of Giddens. So if you want to write Giddens, you want to write these three processes. And Giddens may be someone you may want to consider choosing as your mentors. But he didn't say something else. Okay, that's a little bit more example. Two types of example of this embedding mechanism is money. Money is lifted out, is being lifted out from local context. Singapore dollars is being lifted out. Location is not important anymore. The use of Singapore dollars can be done anywhere. Yeah? Same as expert system. Expertise, professionalism, for example, yeah, can be used anywhere. If you are an accountant, you are a lawyer, you are doctors, this expertise has universal value. So the value of it is being lifted out from local context. Okay. Because these three are quite important. If you want to use students as your main theorist, you want to continue reading, yeah? I'm just introducing you, just starting you up, and the class never ends here. Now, one student came and asked me, the book Waters that you're supposed to read, yeah? He tell me this. One page, it took him half an hour to read a page. I said, yeah. That book is very dense. Yeah? It is very intense in there, So if you don't have background, it's hard to read. And then he told me this, which is more alarming. He asked me, I have finished half of the book. But what is the relevance to the subject? I said, no, it provides extra material, not totally fit the subject guide. So, let me tell you this, yeah? What do you read? What do you read? I told you you should start reading some text, those basic texts on globalization. You should just get the language going, yeah? To know what people are talking about, really, and also the language. After that, then you Google. Yeah? For example, last week, we did Omae. Yeah, if you say, okay, Omae is interesting enough, maybe he's a guy, you should be Omae and globalization. Yeah? And maybe read like 1 or 2 pages of Omae. Read 2 lines and oh, this one was very hard. Skip that. Search some more. Look for something easy to read. That you can read, that you can understand. Because people got different, some people can read much more easily, and some people got some language problems. Okay, sociology is the debate. Yeah? And you don't even know, so if you read one and you don't know whether that one can help you in the exam. Yeah? And I say you read at least 6 or 8. 6 or 8 out of probably 20, 25 guys that you have in your subject guide. Yeah? So you want to start reading a bit. Like Omae is quite interesting, you may want to read it, You are talking about one guy for the whole section. Surely one guy not enough, right? So one guy, you'll be reading like 3, 4 articles of it, I should say. Yeah? One article, and you get something. Now if you read hard, don't read. Look for someone that write more simply. We did that all the time, I graduate with sociology without reading any original writing. Until after I graduate, then I start reading original writing. Original, I think, is so difficult. These people, language, are really very hard to follow. And then you have someone writing about it, then you come and see. Because that guy will digest it for you. And then people usually write simpler, not like all these core thinkers, think too much. They think too much, they're very hard to follow. So this article, read 2-3 times and you cannot like. Take away, no. That page, go look for some more. Easier to read. Yeah? One time you should be, say, if you read, and then you read it in minutes, and it doesn't have anything called this embedding, you want to go hidden this embedding. Okay, so, yeah? And it gives you a PDF file of like 30 pages. Just go Command F, isn't it? And you go this embedding and see which part do it. Okay, that's how you Google it. You have to understand the material. Yeah? So you want to use the material more in a way that helps you to understand. You don't want to just keep reading like what they say, and you read and you fall asleep together with the text no use. Yeah. Besides these, which you must know, this embedding, time-space distanciation, and reflexivity. It is also talk about these 4 institutional dimensions, which I'm not sure whether you need to use it. Yeah? My guess is that you will probably not write about this. Yeah? But he did mention the economy is important. TNCs are important. He did mention government remain important. Oh, my claim government died. Wither away. You didn't say, no, not true. Government remain key dimension in this globalized world. Different nation states remain strong. World military order, alliance formed between different countries, between military of different countries, and international division of labor. Yeah, everybody talk about this, so nobody can deny the supply chain. Okay, and that is Giddens. Yeah, again, Giddens take on idealist dimension, not really about exchange of products, service, or what, but rather globalization is reflexive, is time-space distanciation, and this embedding. And we have another guy who is famous by the fact that he was the first guy who in fact started sociology of globalization. Yeah? Another sociologist, Roland Robertson. Similar to Weber, similar to Giddens, not like for Giddens and Weber, because Giddens and Weber are not so different idealists, like that. Now, similar to Giddens, this guy also take on cultural dimension or idealist dimension. When I say culture and idea, you have to think it the same way. Culture is not just about song, dance, food, dresses, not just that. Yeah? That is part of culture. But another part is about thinking, the way people think. Yeah? So if you want to look in terms of cultural dimension, surely you can say, people dress all the same, people eat the same food, people listen to the same music these days, people have the idea of democracy. Surely these are culture. Yeah, another way to think of culture is what didn't say. It's a non-material dimension. Yeah? It's about the idea that social relationship is not anchored in a specific location, for example. Relationship can be extended beyond time and space. That is also a cultural dimension. Yeah? It's about the idea. Of course, the idea is more difficult because it's abstract. You can't see it. When you see product moving around, you can't see it. This guy, also another idealist, he said, globalization is about global awareness, global consciousness, just like he does. Yeah, he didn't say people have the same awareness, people think they're the same. People are conscious about what they do, they are assessing and reassessing situation, everybody is like that. That's why we have global consciousness. Same here. Global consciousness, a little bit different here. Disagree with Giddens that globalization is a direct consequence of modernity. Yeah? Rather, he sees globalization as a very long, uneven, and complicated process. Giddens, you have transport, airplane, you have mailing service, postal service, you have long ago. More, and more, and more. It's kind of an extrapolation of things that already happened long. Robertson said that is too simplistic. Globalization is an uneven, cyclical, and fluctuating process. Okay? But now,